And once again, I want to say greetings to each and every one of you, Aquaba, and welcome. Welcome to another round of the Conscious Rasta Report here on LIB Radio, LIB TV, and on livinginblack.com. My name is Kidi Awadu, aka the Conscious Rasta. Weekday mornings, you and I get together live. We commit you from 9 a.m. Pacific time. That's 12 noon Eastern time, 5 p.m. GMT, and 8 p.m. East Africa time. We get together with you, and we deal with culture, consciousness, historical perspectives. We deal with entertainment, economics, education, health, labor, law, politics, religion, family, conflict, future studies, all areas of human interactivity and development. Today's date is Friday. No, it's not. It's Thursday, the 22nd day of January, 2026 in the Western Gregorian calendar. This corresponds to the year 6266 in the Kemetic calendar, to which we have realigned our cultural clock. Welcome to the seventh millennium. You have found your family in a peaceful place here on LIB Radio, LIB TV, and livinginblack.com. And what a joy, what a joy, what a joy it is to be with you today. And I hope we do get a good audience for today, because we have been here on Thursdays exploring a broad range of lessons, critical lessons on practical use of AI. And today we're going to have a good, enjoyable exercise. We're going to use an AI prompt to check out and examine our logo. And our logo is going to tell everyone else out there a whole bunch about your business, your attitude, your ideology, your consciousness, your culture. Oh yeah, your logo tells a whole lot. And so, hey, let's get right into the conversation for today. I have a short video I'm going to be playing. And actually, it's not so short, but it's not too long. And what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead, hit this link, and let's mute this. And I am into the program. And let me just double check over here. Short video. Okay. And what we're going to do, I'm going to hit the add to the stage, the video that I have queued up. I'm going to mute myself, my microphone, while he is talking. If at any given point he says something and I need to break in, I don't think this is too confusing, but sometimes it can be confusing. So I'm going to mute my mic. I'm going to go over to this other tab.
When it comes to fixing your brand, no task is more popular than changing your logo. Unfortunately, many people don't consider how their logo actually resonates with their potential target audience. What I'm going to show you today is how to use a simple prompt to analyze your logo and find out exactly what it's saying. I'm Mark DeGrasse, founder of AI Branding Academy, and today we're talking about a prompt I've used since the beginning of the company. It's called LogoCraft. And what LogoCraft does is it reverse engineers your logo to tell you exactly what people think in some very specific ways. We call them the brand essentials, and we use them as the visual identity of brands as we build them. So what I'm going to do is show you the prompt. We're going to go ahead and analyze the logo, and I'm going to show you exactly what it says about the brand in question. All right, so this is the logo analysis prompt. I also call these LogoCraft, but I figure this one's a little bit more obvious about what it does. Basically, all you have to do is copy this, and then you're going to upload this to ChatGPT along with the logo. So you can see here, upload logo. You're going to go and copy that. Come to ChatGPT, paste. Now for the logo, I want something a little mysterious to see what it says. So I found one from a barber shop. Let me go and upload. There we go. I'm going to show it to you before I upload it. So 4 Points Barbershop. Actually says a lot, but let's see what ChatGPT thinks it says. Upload there and go. Now, what this is showing you is what we call the brand essentials. Now, with branding, most people think branding is just visual elements. It's a lot more than that, but it is very important. So we have a whole kind of component of what we call the AI brand blueprint called the brand essentials, and I'm going to show you what it shows you right now. But it's all based off of your logo. And the reason why the logo is so important is because it's the kind of centralized visual identity of your brand. And if you could just maintain that consistency, using the logo as kind of the base point for all visual decisions, you're going to be very well off in terms of making sure that everything else you produce goes in line with the logo. All right, so you have first is the brand personality and identity. Color scheme, it actually analyzes, what this color scheme means, evokes feelings of sophistication, elegance, timeliness, and professionalism. Imagery and symbols, breaks it down into central imagery features an intricately designed eye enclosed within geometric shapes, which might symbolize precision, attention to detail, and craftsmanship. All right, looking good. 4 points might indicate a foundational principle, precision, or could reference the 4 cardinal points, hinting at comprehensive, holistic care and attention to their services. So it says a ton. It goes into typography. Goes into typography. I'm not going to read all of them. You could check out the video or pause the video. Design, style, and aesthetics, minimalism or complexity. Logo strikes a balance between minimalism and complexity. This combination communicates high quality, attention to detail, and premium positioning. Goes into geometric shapes. Let's talk about tone and messaging. Formality versus casualness. The logo leans towards formality and professionalism with its detailed classic styling. Scalability and versatility, adaptability. Due to its clear lines, defined shapes, and high contrast colors, logo will adapt well across multiple formats and sizes, maintaining its recognizability from small social media icons to large storefront signage. That's actually a big component of kind of what I teach about logo design in terms of it needs to be visible as a favicon, which is 16 pixels across, but also be identifiable when it's a building size. Consistency and alignment with strategy, and then finally mood and emotional resonance. I really like this component, mood and emotional resonance, because it really says like what do people feel when they see your logo. And we all know that feeling is a core component of our decision making, so it makes a big difference whether your logo communicates that or not. So emotional tone, logo creates a mood of sophistication, assurance, and intrigue. The eye conveys personalized attention and care, possibly hinting at a premium or exclusive customer experience. Color psychology and design aesthetics, sharp angles, precision. So you can see if you're probably a high-end barber shop and you're trying to communicate like, hey, you come here to get a professional job done. I think this logo does a great job, and it looks like AI thinks that as well. All right, so there you have it. You go ahead and analyze your logo, analyze your competitors' logos. I really, this is one of the first kind of prompts that I made and shared with everyone, specifically because I think a logo communicates a lot. And unfortunately, a lot of brands are not hitting the mark a lot of the time. So what this does is gives you an unbiased example, which I think people need, because when you're designing a logo, you're starting a new business, you're promoting your new brand, you're going to do it to people you like and they like you, and they're going to be a lot nicer. Plus, individual opinions when you're looking at, hey, we're going to try to advertise to everyone, don't matter as much. You need a generalized opinion to find out, hey, is this hitting the mark or not? So, and you could take it a step further. That was just the initial prompt, but you could go deeper and say, hey, I'm trying to communicate to middle-aged men, and they make a high income. Does this communicate to them? So you can start to ask it or prompt it with questions, telling you, whether you're hitting the mark in terms of your branding or not. So go ahead and try it out. Let me know how it goes and whether your logo actually communicates what you intended it to.
All right, let me unmute myself. And I thought that was pretty interesting. It wasn't too long, and I think there's definitely significant substance there that we, you and I, and everyone else who believes in what we believe in should be paying very close attention to. I want to say greetings to my listening audience, to Joshua M. or Joshua K.M. I see you in the house. And Brother Eddie McCrory. Joshua says, grand rising, brother. And Brother Eddie says, greetings to both of you. Great to have you in the house. And we can go over here, and I don't see anyone else in the other house that I monitor during the show. But if you have a business? Have you designed a logo? And does your logo truly go deep in conveying what you have to share with the world? The beautiful thing about it is with all of these AI imaging tools, and we have studied more than a dozen of them since we've been on this extended series of mastering AI for managers, then you should have been able to experiment with a number of logos. I did do that, and I just want to add to the stage here real quickly. I'm just going to show you a couple of logos that I have been experimenting with. I'm going to share my screen over here, and I have logos up over here. Add these to the stage. The first, and I did like this logo. Although I did choose another one, and you let me know. Logo number 1, that's simple, Conscious Rasta Press. It's like a stamp, and it's just right there in your face. You tell me if you like any of these. You tell me which one works best for you. The second logo, it puts the lion's head still in the kind of angular design inside of the Conscious Rasta Press, and inside of a circle. A third logo I have here, this is a pastel version, and you can see the halo over the lion's head. Not bad, you say. And the fourth version of the logo is the same logo. It's got a book with a tree branch growing out of it and a lion's head with the halo. And you let me know what you think. And there's no need for me to go into this. So you tell me which works best for you. Number 4, this is number 3, number 2, and number 1. So on that note, I'm going to tell you which one I used here in just a second. And let me just cue this up. And, I'm kind of torn between kind of 3 of them. But let's go, and you let me know. You put it in the chat, and I'll read that right out. And here's what we're going to do over here. I'm going to go ahead, and what am I doing? I'm going to go into my analysis of my logo. Now, here's where we are, the overview. In today's lesson, you discover what your logo is really saying about your brand. In this game-changing video, I'll show you how to use this powerful logo craft GTP prompt to decode the hidden messages in your visual identity. In this actionable tutorial, you'll learn 1, how to reverse engineer your logo to reveal its true brand impact. Number 2, the lesson for today, the exact prompt he's used since founding AI Branding Academy. And I have the prompt. I'm going to share the prompt with you as well. Number 3, a complete breakdown of your logo's brand personality, color psychology, and emotional resonance. Point 4, how to analyze your competitors' logos for strategy or for strategic advantage. And point 5, why most businesses miss the mark with their visual identity and how to fix it. So he does put the prompt up, and I'm going to give you the prompt right now. This is the prompt you're going to use for examining your logo. And I'm going to post this up here on YouTube, post it up here once again on Rumble, and I'm also going to make sure that it's posted up on my Facebook page. Is it there? Is it there? I'm looking, the prompt. There, yeah, I did put it up. So you will actually be able to go and download, because it's very extensive, his prompt. It has a number of different components. It deals with, number 1, the brand personality, and identity. That breaks it down further into the color scheme, the imagery and symbols, and the company name itself included in the logo. If it's included in the logo, it deals with number 2, the typography and font style. What the font choice tells the viewer about your ideology and your stage of consciousness. Font size and weight are very important. The design style and aesthetics, number 3. Is it minimalist or is it complex? Geometric shapes included. What do they what do they suggest? Do they suggest unity and community? Or do they denote stability or dynamic movement or direction? And then, of course, the use of negative space is very important. The tone and the imaging is category number 4 of what the prompt is going to examine about your logo. Formality versus casualness. A logo can convey whether a brand is formal and professional or casual and friendly. Or cultural references, very important. Number 5, scalability, your ability to blow that prompt up, and versatility. Adaptability, a good logo should be adaptable to various sizes and applications, from tiny app icons to large billboards without losing clarity. And color variations. Point number 6, consistency and alignment with your brand strategy. Point number 7, the mood and the emotional resonance of your logo and how it conveys to the viewer your emotional tone, the psychology of the colors that you use, and the dynamics of the design that you are utilizing for your logo. So on that note, the prompt then asks you to upload the logo, and I was able to upload my logo. And let me tell you which logo I actually used. Did I use logo number 1? Nah. Did I use logo number 2? No, that wasn't number 2. That was, well, this is number 3. Did I use logo number 3? Or did I upload logo number 4, which is logo number 3, but the background, you can tell, has been changed. And I did use, and then logo number 1 is here. I like logo number 1 quite a bit, but I ended up using logo number 3 with the pastel colors. And the pastel colors also do work really well against a dark background. So I guess it'll be in the context of the page that it's on. And I may even make the background completely invisible, make it transparent, and then over stamp the logo on certain things that I'm doing. So this is my logo for my new branding of the Conscious Rasta Press. Now, during the next few weeks, I'm going to do a complete makeover of the Conscious Rasta Press, and at the same time, living superfood. And this is going to be an exciting journey. I hope you do tune in on Thursdays, as you can watch me build this logo up using these AI tools. We're going to be designing new websites. I see you in the house, Brother Eddie. He says, good luck. Thank you, Brother Eddie. I love the fact that you are in the house and that you are responsive today. So I asked this extended prompt that I read to you, part of it. I asked this of Chat GPT, and Chat GPT returned the following. Below is a structured professional analysis of the Conscious Rasta Press logo based upon the visual elements provided. Number 1, it talks about brand, personality, and identity. First, it goes into the color scheme. The logo employs a soft pastel palette, notably muted mint green, blush pink, pale gold, and lavender blue tones. The green strongly associated with growth, consciousness, nature, wellness, and spiritual balance. This aligns well with ideas of awareness, learning, and holistic thinking. Point 2, The pink blush conveys compassion, creativity, and approachability. It softens the brand's presence and adds emotional warmth. The third tone, the gold, the cream, suggests wisdom, value, enlightenment, and quality, often linked to knowledge and legacy. And four, the color, the cool blue lavender background, evokes calm, reflection, and intellectual depth, reinforcing a thoughtful, contemplative brand stance. Overall, the color scheme communicates consciousness, peace, inclusivity, and elevated thought, rather than urgency or commercial aggressiveness. So I think that one hit right on the mark. That's what I wanted to communicate. And it talks about the imagery and the symbols next. The logo is rich in symbolic meaning. The lion traditionally represents strength, leadership, courage, and authority. In Rastafarian and Afrocentric contexts, the lion is also associated with dignity, spiritual power, and heritage. The halo above the lion signals enlightenment, higher consciousness, moral clarity, or spiritual awareness. The open book is universally recognized as a symbol of knowledge, education, literacy, and publishing, clearly anchoring the brand in the intellectual and literary domain. Going forward, and if anybody has any comment on it, I'd love to hear your comment. The open book, I mentioned that, the sprouting plant emerging from the book suggests growth through knowledge, organic learning, sustainability, and ideas taking root. An excellent metaphor for publishing conscious or transformative content. And then the circular frame of it implies wholeness, unity, continuity, and community. Collectively, the imagery positions the brand as intellectual, spiritually grounded, culturally conscious, and purpose-driven. The company name, the Conscious Rasta Press, strongly reinforces the visual messaging. Conscious, meaning aware, mindful, ethical thinking, elevated perspective. Rasta is a cultural identity, Afrocentric heritage, spiritual philosophy, and resistant to oppression and authenticity. Press, meaning publishing, authorship, thought leadership, and dissemination of ideas. The name and imagery are tightly aligned, suggesting a press dedicated to conscious literature, cultural narratives, and transformative ideas. Category 2, the typography and font style. First, the font choice. The logo uses a clean, rounded sans serif font, which conveys 1, modernity and accessibility, 2, clarity and readability, and that's why I always choose these sans serif fonts, and 3, approachability without sacrificing credibility. This choice balances well against the deeper cultural and spiritual symbolism, preventing the logo from feeling archaic or overly ceremonial. Font size and weight. Rasta is the most prominent word, indicating the cultural and ideological core of the brand. Conscious appears lighter and slightly smaller, framing the mindset or philosophy. Press is compact and subordinate, functioning as a descriptor rather than the focal point. The hierarchy is clear and intentional, guiding the viewer's eye logically through the brand name. design style and aesthetics, minimalism versus complexity. The logo strikes a balanced midpoint. It's not minimalist due to multiple symbolic elements, but it's not cluttered because of controlled spacing, soft edges, and cohesive color harmony. This suggests a brand that values depth without confusing, rich, meaning presented with restraint. Geometric shapes, the circle, unity, completeness, global consciousness. Curved lines found throughout the lion, halo, and plant. These suggest flow, harmony, and approachability rather than rigidity. And the negative space. The design uses negative space effectively to, point 1, separate the text from imagery. Point 2, maintain legibility. I don't know why I'm trying to say legitimate. To maintain legibility. And 3, prevent visual overload despite symbolic richness. This contributes to a polished, professional appearance. And the next part examines the tone and messaging, formality versus casualness. The tone is semi-formal, professional enough for publishing, education, and thought leadership. It's warm and inviting rather than corporate or academic. This positions the brand as authoritative yet accessible. And the cultural references. The lion and Rasta reference strongly anchor the brand in Afrocentric and Rastafarian cultural heritage, while the halo and book broaden its appeal into universal spirituality and education. This creates cultural specificity without exclusivity. 5, scalability and versatility. The adaptability of the logo. The logo's circular format makes it suitable for social media icons, seals, and badges. Fine details, including the book lines, the plant leaves, may require signification at very small sizes, but the core silhouette remains recognizable. Color variations. This design should translate well into, number 1, full color, its primary use, monochrome, black or white for print or embossing, grayscale, editorial or background applications. High contrast between elements supports adaptability across media. And point number 6, consistency and alignment with the brand strategy. Point 1, or number 1, it aligns with brand elements. The logo visually reinforces a mission. The mission, that's the brand, likely centered on conscious education, cultural storytelling, empowerment through knowledge, spiritual and intellectual growth. There's a strong coherence between the name, the symbols, and the visual tone. Consistency across media. The emblem style design supports consistent use across, number 1, book covers, check. 2, websites, check. 3, social platforms. And 4, merchandise, print and digital publishing assets. So that is where it is. I'm intending on using it across those various websites, and it said it does support consistent use. Number 7, the mood and emotional resonance, the emotional tone. The overall emotional tone or resonance is, number 1, thoughtful. Number 2, empowering. Point 3, peaceful. And point 4, uplifting. It encourages trust and curiosity rather than urgency or hype. Trust and curiosity rather than urgency or hype. So the color psychology, green and blue tones foster calm, growth, and reflection. The soft gold and pink add warmth and value without dominance. The pastels reduce visual aggression, making the brand feel humane and reflective. The design dynamics, curved lines, and organic forms promote friendliness and openness. The upward growth of the plant introduces optimism and forward momentum. So, the summary assessment. The Conscious Rasta Press logo is well integrated visual identity that successfully communicates cultural consciousness, intellectual authority, spiritual awareness, and growth through knowledge. Its symbolism is layered yet accessible. Its typography modern yet respectful, and its emotional tone calm and empowering. Overall, the logo is well suited for a publishing brand positioned at the intersection of culture, consciousness, and education. And when I think about that closing, every day when I launch my program, I talk about we deal with culture, consciousness, historical perspectives, entertainment, education, health, labor, law, politics, religion, family, conflict, future studies, all areas of human interactivity and development. And so I personally think it hit it right at its core. You tell me, what do you think about the new Conscious Rasta logo? And I'm almost embarrassed to think about what I created this from. But let me just ask you this. And I can also do this. I can also take that entire section that I just read right there, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to see if I can reverse engineer this logo using this prompt. So I'm going to back this all up, and I'm going to copy, and I'm going to, okay, I copied the response from ChatGPT up to the brand personality and identity, and bear with me, hit the wrong button. Okay, copy. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to reverse engineer this logo. So to do so, I'm going to go into one of the programs that I have put up, and I'm going to go into, this is going to take a little bit here. I'm going to go into a whole set of prompts that I have here. I'm going to go into Robo Nero. And this is an AI Robo Neo, not Nero. And we're going to create an image today, new project. And I'm going to create a image, chat to create. That's the new project. Select the mode, and I'm going to put into the chat to create a logo. Come on, don't do this, not right now. It's acting a little stupid. Okay, here is the chat. I'm going to put this all in here, and I'm going to go to the top, and I'm going to ask it, create, new project, and let me stop sharing the page, and I'm asking it, but it's not responding, to create a logo. Create a logo. Create a logo. It's not responding. Let me just go ahead and hit the send button. It's going to be thinking for a few minutes while it's looking for a brand logo analysis. I wanted to create a logo. So it is designing a logo. It says, I'll help you create a brand identity for Conscious Rasta Press based upon your detailed specifications. Let me work on designing a logo that captures the spiritual wisdom, cultural heritage, and intellectual depth you have described. And it says, I'll identify your brand identity, create design guidance. Okay, so it's going to take about another minute. It is now producing a brand logo. And let's see what it looks like. Are you in the house, Joshua? Are you talking to me today? I see Eddie is still in the house and he is responsive. I'm going to go over here to Rumble real quick and I'm going to see if anybody else has hit the like button. No, only me. And I do see there are other people in the Rumble audience, although they are not saying a word. Every now and then people do let me know, yeah, I was listening, but I don't talk. And, that is what it is. They do what they do for the reasons that they do what they do. But as you can tell, I am not one to be silent. Now, I do see the logo is up here, and this is the logo designed from the response. And it looks like it's designing a second logo. I'm going to save this one, download this one, and let you look at it as well. This one is in the folder. I'm going to share screen. Wait a minute. Let me put it up first. I'm looking for Windows E Explorer. I'm going to go into the downloads, and the one I just downloaded is up here. Its image is up in 1, and now I have that image up on the screen. And I'll be honest with you, I do not like this image as much as the one I just showed you. But here, let's take a look at it. Here's what the image looks like. Present the screen, another window, and here is what the image looks like. Here's what this image looks like. And the one I do believe the one that I'm currently using is far, far superior. You may disagree. You let me know. This is the image it just created using the extensive prompt, which was an analysis of mine. So you can see the elements are there. You can see the halo over the lion's head. The lion is facing forward. You can see the book opening with the sprout coming out of it. And the Conscious Rasta Press is in the sans serif fonts. But I just don't think at all it conveys what my current logo conveys. And this is producing a couple more in the background. So let's do this. I'm going to change pages. Let's go over here and let me collapse this. And it gave me 2 more logos in the same background. And I'm going to add to the stage Robo Nero. Remove that and add this. Bear with me. And I'll let you look at these logos. Robo Nero. There it is. Is that it? Yeah. That's it. Robo Nero. I'm going to add this to the stage. And it still is continuing to produce them. And let's see. We have 4 different examples. I'm going to zoom in over here on the first one. That's the first one. We already looked at it. Second one, Conscious Rasta Press. Not bad, but not at all nearly what I had earlier created. This one, not bad. I think maybe the second one might have been a little closer to what I appreciate. And the fourth one, I'm not feeling that one at all. So there we go. We did it in Robo Neo. And I'm going to do this in one more and it's still pushing them out. I don't know how many it's pushing out, but here's the fourth one that just pushed out, and it's not bad. Although I think personally we did get the one that we needed, and I think it is right on point, right on style. So on that note, I'm going to begin to wrap it up for today. And I'm not going to elaborate on who ended up doing the design that I really did appreciate. The logo is not done by hand. It is artificial intelligence did it. But I did choose the colors, the parameters, the font, and all of those things to put into it. And from my understanding, I think this might have been, well, I did show you the other two pages, the other two logos that came out at the same time I did that one. So I ended up choosing that logo. And I hope you think I did the right choice. You let me know. And on that note, I think we are finished for today. Unless you have any other comment. Now, beyond, let me say this much. Beyond now creating a new logo for the Conscious Rasta Press, I am going to go ahead and create a whole new branding of the Conscious Rasta Press. I'm going to align it with, but make it superior over the Living Superfood, and my personal brand as Chef Keaty are going to be subsidiaries of the Conscious Rasta Press. Black Star Media Global is the umbrella company for everything. And why am I doing that? Is because I have come to conclude that the Conscious Rasta Press has become my chief source of income and my chief source of information used to generate that income. So it's going to be an interesting road ahead. There's one more thing I wanted to talk about. Oh, so the next phase is I'm going to be relaunching, redesigning my websites. Recognizing the websites I've been using are years old. They're very clumsy. They're poorly designed, and they're hard to navigate. So I'm going to be using the updated tools that we have been studying. This is why I am studying so much this AI craft for business managers. This is because I'm a business manager and I don't want to be non-competitive. I'll be honest with you, my business has become so non-competitive that you, the listening audience, are pretty much have been ignoring it. Let me show you one more thing before I go. There is the Conscious Rasta Press logo that I use daily on my website. And I think this is it. Well, I use the Conscious Rasta Report logo in the background behind me as I'm putting together the show. And it does have sans serif, etc., but it's not even close. You do see the Conscious Rasta Report down in the right-hand corner. Let me see if I can move my elbow over this way, and you can see it a little better. That one, I don't even know what to say about it. It is what it is. It do what it do. It do what it do. And I just think it's just too complicated and doesn't necessarily compute what I want to say to everyone. I hope you have enjoyed today's conversation. If anyone out there is actually using what we have been teaching here with our Thursday class, can you let me know? Because I do know I heard from one person, that was Brother Ed, who said he has been using it. And I do appreciate, love you, Brother Ed, for letting me know that you have been using it. And I do know one other person who has been using some of the programs I use, but he's actually has a team of other people doing it, using it. And it is what it is. It's not so bad. But with these classes, I have advanced through it so in such great depth that I think it's more valuable than so many other people. I cannot and will not say everybody, but it's more valuable than so many other people have been using AI. Because like you, I don't want to be replaced by AI unless I displace or replace myself. And the only reason I would displace or replace myself is so that I could give birth to a new personality in a new location. And by giving birth to a new personality in a new location, I will replace this position, this personality, with AI. So you may tune in one day and you may see me speaking rather plainly, my mouth moving, but my eyes not necessarily matching that. But it's because I will have moved on to another space and another creative space. That's what AI, if AI is to replace me, I want to be the director of that engine. And also, I'll let you know, because of what I am working on right now with this AI, I have created an opportunity to live on immortally. We have enough programming on LIB radio that we can just go back and replay programs 2-3 times in consequence and sequence and have enough material for years of rebroadcast. Years, literally years. We've been on the air over 23 years. So we could go forward years into the future. But I'm suggesting that with artificial intelligence recreating personalities and persona and methodology and style, I may live digitally for 200 years or more. I may be educating people for another 4,200 years, 400,240, which according to the committee calendar is our real time. The brother from the future travels back from our current real time back to the time that you perceive it is because you are culturally captured. Now, not everyone is culturally captured. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about your cousins have been culturally captured, trapped into a wasteland where the calendar is 4,240 years off. I hope you understand what that means. That's coming from the brother from the future. And I may have to, because I've been thinking about it, I may have to design a whole personality for the brother from the future. And he will probably look a lot like me, even though he's going to be fit, because I am fit. But who knows? You've been tuned into today, your favorite. We aiming to be your favorite. We are LIB Radio, LIB TV. We are living in black.com. Tell your friends to tell their friends that we have our own. And we're very proud of what we have, of who we are with and what we've got. Very proud of what we do and what we share with each and every one of you on your favorite. We aim to be your favorite. We are LIB Radio, LIB TV. We are living in black.com. Tell a friend today, tomorrow, to log in and be with us. Let's change the world, and let's do it deliberately. Peace and prosperity to each and every one of you on your favorite. We aim to be your favorite. We are LIB Radio, LIB TV. We are living in black.com. Peace, prosperity.